Section 29. Your license is worth protecting. Course wrap-up. 3 hours earlier, Ashley walked into the classroom believing this course was simply another continuing education requirement. Like many experienced agents, she assumed she already knew most of what Arizona required of a licensee. She had completed transactions, negotiated difficult contracts, solved problems, and believed that avoiding serious trouble simply meant staying honest. Now, as the class came to an end, she realized something very different. She looked across the conference room at David, Michael, and the other experienced brokers who had shared stories throughout the day. "I don't think I've ever looked at my license this way before," she admitted. Michael smiled. "What changed?" Ashley paused for a moment before answering. "I always thought people lost their licenses because they committed fraud. But now I realize that's only part of the story." David nodded. "Exactly. The overwhelming majority of disciplinary cases don't begin with someone planning to violate the law. They begin with shortcuts. They begin with assumptions. They begin with someone thinking, it'll be fine." Michael walked toward the whiteboard, where the first lesson of the day was still written. The Arizona Department of Real Estate exists to protect the public. He turned toward the class. Everything we've covered today comes back to those 10 words. The commissioner doesn't wake up every morning trying to suspend licenses. The department isn't looking for reasons to punish licensees. The goal has always been protecting Arizona consumers. When consumers are protected, professional licensees are protected as well. Ashley flipped back through her notebook. There were pages filled with reminders. Advertising compliance, disclosure obligations, fiduciary duties, trust accounts, commissioner's rules, fair housing, unlicensed assistance, broker supervision, property management, transaction documentation, commission agreements, professional conduct. She laughed. "I thought this class was called Ways to Lose Your Real Estate License." Michael smiled. "It is, but hopefully you now understand. It's really a class about how to keep it." The room laughed. David stood and held up a transaction file. Every file tells a story. Some stories end with happy clients. Some end with referrals. Some end with lifelong friendships. And unfortunately, some end with investigations. He placed the file back on the table. The difference usually isn't intelligence. It isn't experience. It isn't production. It's discipline. Michael nodded. The best agents are perfect. They simply have better habits. They slow down before making important decisions. They ask questions. They involve their designated broker early. They document conversations. They disclose rather than conceal. They follow procedures even when nobody is watching. Ashley looked around the room. "So protecting my license isn't one big decision. It's hundreds of small decisions." David smiled. "Now you're thinking like a broker." He continued. "Every phone call, every disclosure, every advertisement, every contract, every earnest money check, every social media post, every conversation with a client. Every one of those decisions either protects your license or places it at risk." Michael then shared one final thought. "When I became a broker years ago, someone gave me advice I've never forgotten. They said, never do anything today that you wouldn't want explained to an ADRE investigator 5 years from now." Ashley laughed. "That's actually pretty good advice. It has kept a lot of brokers out of trouble." The class began gathering their notebooks as Michael offered his final remarks. Real estate is one of the few professions where complete strangers trust you with their largest financial investment. They trust your advice. They trust your ethics. They trust your professionalism. And the state of Arizona trusts you enough to issue you a real estate license. That license isn't just permission to sell homes. It's a public trust. It represents integrity. It represents competence. It represents accountability. And it must be earned every single day. David walked to the classroom door and smiled. "When you leave here today, don't remember every statute. You won't. Don't try to memorize every commissioner's rule. You'll always have resources for that. Instead, remember the principles. Protect the public. Protect your client. Protect yourself through proper documentation. Communicate honestly. Ask questions before making assumptions. Never stop learning. Always involve your designated broker when something doesn't feel right." Ashley closed her notebook one last time. "I think I finally understand." Michael smiled. "What? The safest agents aren't the luckiest. They're simply the ones who consistently choose professionalism over convenience." David nodded. "And that's exactly how long careers are built." As the classroom lights dimmed and everyone prepared to leave, Michael looked around the room one final time. "Thank you for investing in your education. Arizona doesn't need more agents. It needs more professionals. Our industry improves every time a licensee chooses integrity over shortcuts, knowledge over assumptions, and service over self-interest. If this course helps you avoid just one complaint, one lawsuit, one disciplinary action, or one mistake that protects a client, then these 3 hours have been well spent. Protect your clients, protect your reputation, and above all, protect the license you worked so hard to earn. Congratulations on successfully completing Ways to Lose Your Real Estate License. We hope the knowledge you've gained throughout this course helps you build a long, ethical, successful, and complaint-free career serving the people of Arizona. Course reflection. As you leave this course, remember that every successful real estate career is built one transaction at a time. The habits you develop today, communicating clearly, documenting thoroughly, complying with Arizona law, seeking guidance when needed, and always putting your client's interests first, will shape your reputation for years to come. The best protection against disciplinary action is not fear of enforcement. It is a daily commitment to professionalism and ethical practice. Online discussion question 1. What is the single most valuable lesson you will take away from this course, and how will it influence your business moving forward? Answer. Answers will vary. Students should identify a practical lesson from the course and explain how it will improve their compliance, professionalism, or client service. Question 2. Why is protecting the public the foundation of Arizona real estate licensing laws and commissioners' rules? Answer. Arizona's real estate laws exist to promote consumer confidence and protect the public from dishonest, incompetent, or unethical conduct. Licensees who consistently protect the public also protect their careers. Question 3. What professional habit can you begin using immediately to reduce the risk of future complaints or disciplinary action? Answers will vary, but may include better documentation, improved communication, earlier broker involvement, timely disclosures, or regular review of Arizona laws and commissioners' rules.